After discussing the entries regarding share forfeiture, now we will understand how these entry will be posted in question. We have a question here. Pawan Limited's registered capital was 5 lakh divided into shares of rupees 10 each. That means number of shares are 5 lakh divided by 10, 50,000 shares will be there. It purchased a building from Y for rupees 2 lakh. The appropriate method to do the practical question is that as and when you read the statement, just start your solution. So first entry will be company purchased a building from Y for rupees 2 lakh. It means building account debit to Y. Building account debit to Y. The name of the vendor is Y. So you can write here building account debit to Y rupees 2 lakh. And issued shares to him. Company didn't give him any cash payment. Y said, please give me shares of your company. Company said it's okay. So vendor account debit, vendor means Y. You can write here Y account debit to share capital account with rupees 2 lakh. Now the remaining statement is it invites application for 30,000 shares. Company wants to issue 30,000 shares to public. On application rupees 3, on allotment rupees 3, on first call rupees 2 and on final call rupees 2. Ashok who had been allotted, we can see that there is not any oversubscription. That means we have to make a simple table. Like issued shares 30,000, application 3, allotment 3, first call 2 and second call is also of rupees 2. So 30,000 multiplied with 3. Amount received on application will be 30,000 multiplied 3, 90,000. Amount received on allotment will be 30,000 multiplied 3, 90,000. Amount received on first call 30,000 multiplied 2, 60,000. And amount received on second call 30,000 multiplied 2, also 60,000. Now, Ashok who had been allotted 500 shares failed to pay both calls. So now post this entry in your question. Under the number of issued shares, you can write 500 shares. He pays application and allotment. So no problem in application and allotment. But he fails to pay first call. That means 500 multiplied to 1,000 will be deducted from rupees 60,000. The balance will receive 59,000. And he also fails to pay second call. That means 500 multiplied to 1000 will also be deducted. When you less any amount, then you can post it in bracket. So 60,000 minus 1000, 59,000. These are the balances for in front of bank account. And 60,000 will be transferred in the entries of due. Now post your journal entries. Third entry, bank account debit to share application account 90,000. Next, share application account debit to share capital account 90,000 as we have discussed previous. Next, share allotment account debit to share capital account 90,000 and bank account debit to share allotment account 90,000 because there is no problem in application and allotment. Now at the time of first call, he fails to pay, that means calls in arrear. That means calls in arrear. So what will be the journal entries? Share first call will be due with 60,000, share first call account debit to share capital account 60,000 and bank account debit. How much amount will be transferred in front of bank? 59,000 and 1,000 will be debited as calls in arrear. 1,000 will be debited as calls in arrear. So calls in arrear account debit 1,000 to share first call account 60,000. And then what will be the journal entry for second call? Same as first call. Share second call account debit to share capital account with rupees 60,000. But bank account debit just rupees 59,000. So 1,000 will be transferred in calls in arrear account and to share second call. Till here we don't have any problem because we have already discussed. So what is the new point? The new point is, read the statement. His shares were forfeited. As I already told you, that share forfeiture is possible only whenever there is calls in arrear or amount not received on allotment. So company forfeited the shares of Ashok and reissued rupees 9 as fully paid up. So make the journal entries. Now you have to do 3 more entries. The first one is related to forfeiture. What will be the journal entry? Share capital account debit. What amount for what he does not pay the calls? He does not pay first call and second call. That means only share first call account will be credited and 2 share final account. The amount which is received from him will become profit for the company. So it will be transferred in share forfeiture account. Just keep it in mind, the balance share capital account will be debited with 500 shares will be forfeited. Number of shares forfeited are 500 and 1 share is of rupees 10. There is not any called up amount. That means company called for full shares. So the amount will be 5,000. 2 share first call account 500. He does not pay on first call rupees 2. That means 500 multiplied to 1,000. 2 share final call will be always with rupees 2. 500 multiplied to 1,000. 2 share forfeiture account. As you can see that he has paid application on allotment. Application is of 3 and allotment is also of rupees 3. That means total 6 rupees will be received from him. So in share forfeiture account we will transfer 500 multiply 6, 3,000. Now company reissued these shares at rupees 9. So when company reissued, that means cash is coming to company in his bank account. That means bank account debit, share forfeiture account debit, 2 share capital account. Company reissued the shares for rupees 9 only. So 500 shares are reissued multiplied with 9, 4,500. That means there is a loss of rupees 1. So this loss will be covered from profit. What is the profit? Share forfeiture account. So share forfeiture account debit because there is a loss of rupees 1. 500 multiply 1, 500 and 2 share capital account with face value, that means 5,000. Now last and final entry will be share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. You can see here the credit balance of share forfeiture is 3,000 and debit balance of share forfeiture is 500. So the difference will be 2,500. Remaining profit, this profit 2,500 will be transferred into capital reserve account. In case sometimes company reissued less shares, then we will calculate the proportion of share forfeiture on less shares. We will discuss this topic later on.